Welcome back to, hey, the Great Tomato Adventure. As you remember yesterday what we were doing, we were putting together a sauce with a few spices in it and whatnot, calling it a mother sauce. And that's what we have warming up in the background here. And I don't think I have quite enough to make spaghetti sauce of that, so I've got an extra jar of the mother sauce that we made yesterday. And I might even throw that back in there. Well, I know I'm going to throw this one back in there. I might even two. I'm shooting for 7 to 8 quarts of spaghetti sauce finished. We have some green peppers and some onions, and I'm going to throw a little bit of mushrooms and a little bit more Italian seasoning in it. I don't know exactly how much other seasonings we're going to put in it because we're going to taste it as we go. If you remember right, the sauce that we made yesterday, we had quite a bit of seasoning in it. So we'll taste as we go. And like I say always, guys, anything that I put in this that you don't like, hey, don't put it in it. You're the boss of your kitchen. If you don't like something and you're following along with somebody's recipe, hey, chuck it on out of there. There's no sense in you suffering. Hey, let's get right back to it here in a minute. Alright, let's get a few of these veggies chopped up here. Yeah, I didn't wash this pepper. Give it a quick wash. That's another thing with the canning and stuff like that. You're dealing with fresh vegetables coming out of the ground. Sure, you might be organic and not spraying anything or anything like that, but hey, dirt is dirt, and you want to keep things as clean as possible with canning, especially if you're water bath canning. This particular recipe, you can get away with water bath canning. I don't particularly care for it. I'm going to do this pressure canning video here. So anyways, we're going to do a quick, I'm not going to use all of this pepper. And I cut this, I always cut my peppers exactly like that. I cut it just below the stem, so the stem usually falls out. There's no digging at that. This is all set. I set it aside. I usually chop it up or whatnot. Little bad spot right there. Okay, and then I cut the other end, the exact same thing. I cut it there. Take maybe a little of this white out. I don't particularly care for the white and peppers. I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to peppers as far as heartburn goes and like that. And I still, you know, no one's proven it, I guess, but I think that white pithy stuff hurts me worse than the pepper itself. Then I just take the pepper itself, cut through, and if you're a fisherman, this is all you do. We're doing a little bit of filleting. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Get the last of the seeds out of there. Maybe just a touch more of the white out of there. Anything there. Whatnot. We're not going to use all of this, so I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to use, well, let's do the onion first. There again, I'm not going to use this onion, this whole onion either. I'm going to put this, I do cut it through the root end, and everybody knows that. That root end is an extra hand. Trust me. It makes a handle and it's an extra hand when you're cutting and whatnot. Let's give it a quick little peel. These are fresh onions, so this year's. So they look pretty good. Get the rest of this off from here. Okay. I'm looking for about a cup of vegetables altogether. The most important part when you're doing this, don't cut through your root end, because then everything's going to fall apart. At this point, you still have, you know, it stays together for you. Okay, cut it this way just a little bit. Okay, and chop it. See how you get some nice, fine pieces? Okay, that right there is about, I would say, a half a cup. Okay, you're going to challenge me, huh? Okay, let's grab a half a cup measurement. Half cup. Here we go. Let's put that onion in there, see what we end up with. Of course, I'm making a mess with it. That piece of peel over there. Pretty close, huh? I guess I've done this a few times here and there. All right, we're gonna go with a 1/2 cup of peppers. I'm gonna take the peppers and put them in here, only because it's a lot easier. I'm going to take some of this, some of this. And the nice thing about this thing, it's got a measure right on. I could have thrown the onion through there. I like my onions just a little bit bigger than this smaller mesh here. I like my peppers a hair bit smaller. This has got measuring devices on lines on the sides here. So anyways, let's put that, let's use our ends up here. See where we're at here. Okay. Throw that in there. Throw one more chunk in here. I know it makes a lot of noise. Yeah, 1/2 cup right there. Bango. No measuring, no fuss. A little bit of a mess, but I'm in a little bit of a hurry today, as you can tell. Now, I'm going to throw the onion and everything right in there, and we'll take that over the stove. All right, are we ready to throw this thing together? We've got some oil warming up, a heavy clad bottom, stainless steel pan. We're going to throw our vegetables in. We're going to start softening them up. Okay. Now I've got a little bit of salt in this, but I'm one for layering things with my flavorings and whatnot, and I'm going to put just a little bit of salt, not a lot, just a touch in here. That's just a pinch. I have no black pepper in this whole entire recipe, none whatsoever. There again, I'm going to put just a pinch. And the reason why I haven't got an awful lot in, I've got red pepper flakes in the other sauce and some other seasonings and whatnot, and I don't want to get it too hot. I've got the sauce over here. It's coming up to temp nicely. I did add that jar of mother sauce in here, so I do believe I've got about 7 quarts, or not quarts, about 7 pints in here. Sometimes my mouth doesn't get caught up with my brain, or vice versa. So it's pretty spiced up and pretty good tasting sauce. I'm going to taste it just a little bit. Like I say, always taste your stuff as you're going. Yeah, I wouldn't do a thing with that. Other than these vegetables going in, that's going to come out really nice. And you don't want to overcook these vegetables. You want to keep them in the pan though. That was an escapee there. But you want to soften them a little bit. You don't want to overcook them, but you want to soften them. Let them cook down a little bit and we'll bring you right back. Welcome back. As you can see, hopefully you can see, the onions are starting to get a little translucent. That's about as far as you want to take it. And you want to take your seasoning. Like I said, there's just probably shy of a tablespoon of Italian seasoning in there. Like I said, as you know, we have quite a bit of seasoning in that mother sauce. So, and there again, taste it when you get all done. It's your sauce. You do what you want. This is my sauce, so I'm going to put what I want in it. You're the boss of your sauce. Let's put it that way. If this starts to stick a little bit, here's a little tip for you. When you're sauteing things and you're bringing things down and you get things that are getting ready to stick, if you got something else in your recipe that's got some liquid to it and it's going to be being added, have it handy, or even just have just a little bit of water handy. If you have it really handy, you can get out of trouble really quick. You can throw a little bit of splash of water in there, get it taken care of. Just that little bit of time going to the sink to get something, you might scorch something, and some things, when you get a little bit scorched, one thing comes to mind is garlic. You know, you burn garlic, you might as well throw whatever you got in that frying pan out and start all over. This isn't sticking on mine. It's getting a little tacky, but it's not sticking. But I do have some mushrooms here, and we all know what mushrooms will add a little water or a little bit of moisture to anything, and I'm going to add that in a second, because mushrooms are like a sponge. Hey, those mushrooms will also soak up a lot of that flavor from the Italian salad. the Italian seasoning. All right. A little bit of half a cup of chopped mushrooms. You're just going to hit that until it stops sizzling. And then we're going to dump this right in our mother sauce, or now spaghetti sauce, I guess. It's going to be spaghetti sauce. And get that over here a little closer. Those mushrooms do their thing. If I can keep it in the pan, you know, what you're doing good. Hey, write in the comments, guys, what do you think I should do with those 30-40 pounds of tomatoes I got out in the garage there? You want to see something a little different than I'm doing? Hey, if it's feasible, I'll do it. That's all there is to it. If not, well, hey, you'll stuck with whatever I come up with. I'm thinking about maybe a little bit of salsa, but my daughter-in-law was thinking about making some salsa, so I'm not sure on that. Turn our burner off so you don't get burnt. That's the one thing I don't like about these flat cooktops. The little burner stays hot for a long time, and I think I've had a few mishaps with it. And we won't go into that. Okay, yeah, it's looking more like spaghetti sauce already. Alright, we're going to let this cook down just a little bit. Probably at that temperature. I've got it on 3 on this stove and it's just barely bubbling. I'm going to crack the cover just a little bit, let a little bit of steam get out. And I'm going to probably cook this for close to 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Because you got to remember, we cooked this sauce down already pretty good. But I want the flavors to come together a little bit, and it'll give me just about enough time to get all my canning stuff together. So we'll be right back in a little bit. Alright, let's get canning, guys. This procedure is nothing different than the one we used yesterday, other than we are pressure canning instead of water bath canning. But as preparing the jars and all that, it's pretty much the same. Exactly the same. Just remember not to dump that on your arm. Okay, jar, funnel. Give your sauce a good stir. Get that nice thickness off the bottom. This is just like the other one, only this is going to be about 1 inch. And each time you start getting volume in the sauce, generally it goes down to 1 inch as far as head space goes. And we're getting veggies in here, they're going to expand a little more, so you need the extra head space. 1 inch is approximately the edge of that rim down there. Right about there. Yep. Okay, same procedure. White vinegar, rag, paper towel, whatever. Clean. Okay. Lid. Ring. Finger tight. Replace in the canner. We're going to do one more and then we're going to move on. Hey, at this time it's a good time to remind you, don't forget to hit that like button. I don't know why, and I do the same thing. I'm guilty. I get so wound up in watching the videos, all you great videos out there that are being produced and stuff, I forget to hit that like button. You know, so at this time I'm reminding you though. Hit that like button, 1 inch, just a hair more. Yeah, just a hair more. There we go. Hit that like button, it's down in the right hand corner. You know, share it with a friend if you like it. Hey, if you're not subscribed and you're just tuning in, hit that subscribe button at the same time. Let's do a little wiping. I get ratchet jarring and then I forget about different steps. Cover, band, finger tight, off into the canner. Okay, I'm going to get the rest of these done, guys. Well, I brought you right back because as you can see, I've got 2 jars here and I forgot the insurance. I just put it in, so now I got to put the covers back on. Don't do what I do and get ratchet jarring, and like I said, I started talking about the like button there. And then I ended up forgetting the insurance. A little bit of lemon juice. It's a tablespoon of lemon juice. Oh my God. Let's throw these 2 jars back in there for the second time. And we will go from there. I'll catch you back in a bit, guys. Alright, as you can see, we got 6 jars. I was hoping to get 7, and I almost did. I don't know if you can see that. Sure you can. Guess what I'm having for supper? Anyways, we're going to bring this up to temp. I've got to put the lid on. Alright guys, I'm going to lock this in place here. Find the little arrows here. Here we go. Behind me. Okay. Lock her over. Now the procedure is, we're going to wait for the steam to come steady out of that. This little valve here is going to pop up. When that valve pops up, you're going to wait 10 minutes for it to vent off. Alright. Now the minute that jiggler starts jiggling, 20 minutes. Alrighty. Hope you can hear me over the canner and the dishwasher. Anyway, what we're going to do is do not take your jiggler off. Do not do anything other than take it off the burner. And if you're on a flat top like this and you're sliding, pick up on it and get some pressure off so you don't scratch your top all up. Just grab a couple pot holders here. Pick up slightly, bring over. Alright, you'll notice that the jiggler is stopped, but most important, this little valve here is dropped down, so we know the pressure inside is pretty much to 0. So now we can take the jiggler off. Use some pot holders, guys. And like I said before, very, very important, open this cover away from you. And if you wear glasses, it's a good idea to just take them off because you're going to get all steamed up anyways. Very carefully. Okay, jiggle this and then tip it this way, away from you. This way the steam is going away. Put her over here. And I like to leave it set there for about another 10 minutes or so, just the way it is. Some people start taking the jars out right away. I like to let it cool down for about another 10 minutes, so we're going to do it like that. Well guys, it's been over 10 minutes, so let's get this product out of here. Be very careful. This is hot. Once again, keep your product straight up and down. Let's recap it just a little bit. The first day we've got, I believe it was 10 jars of puree. Second day we've got 7 jars of the flavored sauce. And day 3 we've got 6 jars of spaghetti sauce, or an Italian style sauce. You can use it for various different things and whatnot. I don't know exactly what we got coming up next, but I guarantee you we'll have fun with it. Wherever you guys are in your neck of the woods, be it morning, noon, or night, you guys have yourself a great one. Take care now.